This is what you should do for you to get a partner in the year 2025. I believe that we have been able to affect a lot of people in a very positive way. And my message to them is congratulations to everyone who have gotten a match, a life partner from my show. God bless you. God bless your marriage. For people who did not get lucky in the year 2024, this is my end of year message to you. It is very important to put it as a first priority. You see, when you put things in the order of priority, those things put you in the order of priority. Whatever you're looking for is also looking for you. I coined this narrative called the iron law of attraction. Whatever you're looking for is also looking for you. If you had put a certain target last year, towards the beginning of last year, and you have achieved that target, it is because you are very ambitious into achieving the target. Are we together? There is a different, there is a very big difference between somebody who is active and somebody who is passive. I will explain the difference. Somebody who is passive in a platform like this one just does nothing, only waits for calls, zile zinaletwa, the people we post, and they call them. But a person who is active, that is a person who is passive. A person who is active will even get their contacts posted so that they can increase their chances. So in the coming year, I want you to be very aggressive. We always say that people have a lot of problems to keep you as their topic today and tomorrow. So if they have to discuss you, let them discuss you today. In fact, they have a lot of problems, enough of them to discuss about you, okay, tomorrow and the day after tomorrow. So it is very important for you to ensure that you have given yourself the priority of looking for love. Love is a beautiful thing. Usidanganywe na mtu. All these people who are getting matches are very happy. Very happy. Very, 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 very happy. Watu ambao wamefurahia sana. I want you to prepare yourself for marriage, even as a giver. Okay? And I want you to prepare yourself as a giver because givers are lucky people. Until you're a giver, you are not a taker. People who give have a way of receiving back. Whether you're giving love, affection, everything, this universe has a way of reciprocating. You give bad vibes, you receive bad vibes in return. You give good vibes, you receive good vibes in return. Don't mind, it's my cat Stylus. It's called Stylus. Kuja kunikalisha tufanye hii video. Hi, Stylus. Now, our guest on today's show, I have already messed up. Stylus is our guest on today's show. So I was saying something. Najua nimezoea our guest on today's show, our guest on today is also good. You can also use that opportunity to like our video and to subscribe if you may. What I'm saying is, prepare yourself for the next year. Prepare yourself and don't be in a hurry. I always tell people that whatever you will spend the rest of your life living with is worth spending some time investigating, is worth preparing for. It is better to have an opportunity. It is better to be prepared for an opportunity rather and not get that opportunity, rather than getting an opportunity and never be prepared. So one of the ways you are going to do or to achieve that dream is to prepare. Say next year, I don't care whether I will be posted. I don't care whether I will sumbua Team Jenga until they get me a match. I don't care whether I will get it to chini ya maji. The end justifies the means. The promises of God are yea and amen. If God promised you a match, you will get a match. But you also have to be, also another thing, I want people to lower the standard. Lowering the standard is a very, very important thing in accepting reality. It is good to live in a very bloated fantasy world until you realize that the fantasy world is not as fantastic. I mean, you want somebody who is ticking 10 boxes, of which you cannot even tick 5 of the boxes of that person, but you want that person to tick 10. I will give you a very classic example. I have people who come to the show and say, Oh, Jenga, I am struggling financially. I am going through hell. I don't have money for rent. I don't have money for school fees. They give you an array of problems. And at bottom, they will tell you they only want a man who is financially stable, a man who has a home, a man who does not have baby mama dramas, a man who is ready to go and marry her. And mind you, maybe she has 4 children, and a man who will take all those 4 children to school. And he also adds another standard that that man should not having a child so that she can focus, so that the man can focus on her children. As good as that sounds, that's a fantasy, but it's not fantastic because that illusion is dead on arrival. How many men on a scale of 1 to 10 can accept to enter that arrangement? That man will ask himself, I am coming to your rescue in one way or another. How are you going to rescue me? And mind you, the woman has already said she cannot at any given point get another child. It is not that she does not have the ability to get a child, she does not have the willingness to get another child. So the man asks himself, how is he going to benefit? How am I going to benefit from that relationship? So it is good to be realistic. Same woman, you give her a man, and that man is composed, God fearing, not as wealthy, not as rich, but at least the man even has a home. He can take care of his bills. He is a gentleman. He is doing well. He is not wealthy. He is not successful in terms of riches. He does not have a lot of money, but at least he has enough, which is honestly and genuinely earned. And in fact, he can show you what to do so that you guys can multiply your fortunes. But that woman would say, I don't do broke dudes. She can't do broke dudes. So that is what do we call it? That is a fantasy that has been bloated, and that fantasy is dead on arrival. So even as you're looking for a match, look at yourself, gauge yourself, ask yourself, am I asking too much? Am I asking for too much? Is this too much to ask for? So that that person will not feel like you're trying to use them. Okay? Because somebody will ask, what are you doing for a living? When you ask them, what do you do for a living? And they don't have a job. They tell you you are not serious. Okay? It's good to be a good giver. It's good to be a good taker. If you're prepared to take, be a good giver. Those are the realities I'm teaching you every day. And that's why this podcast has helped so many people. So ask yourself, how are you going to benefit? And the same way you ask yourself how you're going to benefit from that arrangement, the other person will be asking themselves the same question. How are they going to benefit? And that makes it simpler. So if you're not looking for money, if you're not looking for riches and fortune, if you're just looking for a good companion, a good husband, a good wife, a person you can put up a family together, please take somebody who is good for your mental health, somebody who loves you genuinely from the bottom of their heart. And at the end of the day, we are good to go. Until then, I'll see you in the next year. Bye bye.